Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Corpse Party Returning Nightmare. Now, in the last episode, we got a little bit of a prologue from a newspaper that basically alluded to what happens to at the end of the Corpse Party Tortured Souls OVA, which this game, well, I will remind anyone watching again, is a sequel to the said OVA series. And, well, apparently, Satoshi's body landed somewhere in Byakudan High School after the other survivors from Kisaragi Academy managed to escape Heavenly Host. Now, what happened to them after that, I have no idea. Anyway, I'm now playing as Takashi Suzuki here, who is a member of a different school entirely that's unrelated to Byakudan or Kisaragi Academy, and he was staying late after school for some reason, although I suspect it might have something to do with his home life and him not wanting to go back to it so eagerly, shall we say. Then he ran into some people who were staying after school, same as him, and were about to perform the Sachiko Ever After charm. He got invited in. I said to every single one of them there, no, stop you idiots, that's a horrible fucking idea. They went with it anyway, and well, here we are again within Heavenly Host. Those of you who have stuck with me for long enough now here, ever since the first Corpse Party game I played on the 3DS, we all know the routine by now. It's a little different each and every time with every Corpse Party game. But it's basically formulaic at this point, how exactly we wind up within Heavenly Host. So, yeah. Although, unlike previous games, I at least would come with somebody whenever I'd entered the school. But this time, even though I entered Heavenly Host, all the different nexuses, different dimensions of it, with other people, I was unlucky enough to wind up in one version of the school completely by myself. At least, initially. Apparently, everybody's favorite Byakudan Senior High School member, Yuya Kizumi, is wandering around somewhere. Maybe. I don't know if he's transferred to another plane, another nexus or something yet, but if he's not, then, well, I'm pretty sure I have a good idea what I'll be in for soon enough here with him around. Anyway, beyond that, I'm looking around for any signs of the other students I went to school with. Hopefully I'll find something here that'll be of use, and I see a red bastard over there. Please come home. We miss you. Well, where's home? Please help me out. I lost my item somewhere, and it's really important to me. Can you help me find it? So, did you find it? I didn't even answer if I was gonna find it. Oh, wait a minute. Are you the same spirit from earlier? No, but I found this. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so I guess I was supposed to run into this spirit first and then look for holy water and then come back. I guess I did things out of order. You took out the holy water that was placed inside your pocket. What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you fucking stupid or something? Ugh. Don't think I won't kill you or your stupid fucking friends? Well, I'm pretty sure this will lead to a wrong end if I say no, so as per usual for Corpse Party games, I'm gonna try to find all the wrong ends for each chapter, so let's start with the blatantly obvious choice that'll get me killed. Fucking dumbass! I can't move. I'll spare you for someone else. Where am I? So, who are you gonna choose instead? Just have... Oh, shit. Oh boy. I know this room all too well. There's a chainsaw. The rusty chain is caked in brown, dried blood. Something tells you it's been used plenty of times before. Oh, great. Now you got a chainsaw to play with. That's seen plenty of use, too. I think I already know what's going to be in store for me for the next 5 minutes. Turning the handle results in brown tainted water forcing its way through something clogging a drain. The sound is as if someone was gagging. Well, that puts a very disturbing mental image in my head. It's a locker big enough to fit a human being. There's nothing inside it yet. I'm pretty sure if I try to hide in there, when the inevitable boogeyman shows up, it's not going to save me. The door is locked. There is no escape from this room. I hear footsteps. Someone's coming. I need to hide. The locker. Oh, I didn't even need to bring you to it. They're inside. Is it safe? Evidently not. The locker room's door swung open, revealing a small little girl staring at me. Oh, fuck me. I was hoping it'd be hammer time, but no, this is much worse. She looked to be a 5th or 6th grader, and the first thing I noticed about her was that she had no left eye. Never mind, I thought you were Sachiko. Instead, it was an empty socket of blackness. It was so black, it felt like I was staring into a very deep well on her face. Her hair was a greasy brown, and it was styled in 2 pigtails. She also wore a long blood-red dress that seemed thoroughly dirty. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting. Sachiko isn't even around anymore after this, so Yuki's gotta be the foundation now. Yeah. Small ragged holes were visible in her clothing, showing patches of her pale gray and clay-like skin underneath. She had a twisted grin that stretched across her pale face, and was giggling playfully like she had just remembered some joke she heard the day before. Whoever or whatever this was, it was definitely a malevolent presence. I felt something cold wrap around my wrist, as it sent a shiver up my left arm, and all throughout my entire body. Looking down, I realized it was the little girl's hand. Her skin felt thin and rough, as she then tightened her grip on my wrist with almost superhuman strength. It felt like she could snap my arm if she wanted to. Probably could. Let go of me! What is this? She giggled again as she dragged me out of the locker and managed to get me lying down on the big bloody table that was in the center of the room. She then cuffed my hands and feet with the metal restraints that were attached to the table. The grips were so tight that they most likely cut off any blood circulation. Well, if it's any consolation, you're not gonna really need a good blood circulation in a few minutes anyway, so yeah. Shortly after that, I couldn't even feel them anymore. The numbness felt like there was thousands of tiny bugs crawling under my skin. I tried shaking all 4 of my limbs frantically, but it only resulted in the sound of rattling metal chains ringing into my ears. The little girl then climbed on top of me and straddled my stomach, leaned down and bringing her face about 5 centimeters away from my face. Get the fuck off me! What's the meaning of this? Someone help! Please! Oh, Takashi. As soon as she spoke, I felt her warm breath spill onto my face and into my nostrils, and immediately gagged. Her breath smelled like rotten eggs and blood with a hint of something bitter, like mud or dirt. Yuki. Without even thinking, I gasped out a name I've never heard before. Yuki's face lit up, and she giggled again like she had been recognized by a long-lost friend she hadn't seen in years. Well, she's acting like as though she's been recognized in some way. You utter her name even though you supposedly never heard it before. Now I'm questioning, is this your first time within Heavenly Host officially? Or do you actually know Yuki from somewhere before all this? You remember me! I knew you would. After all, this isn't your first time here, right? Yeah, I thought as much. As she playfully dragged out that last syllable, I could feel her body move on my stomach and felt every vibration of hers on me every time she spoke or giggled. How did I know this girl? I never heard or much less physically met her in my entire life. So you think. Just let go of me, please! Aren't you thirsty, Takashi? And just what do you plan on stuffing down this poor boy's gullet? The last time we met, you were pleading, screaming for your life. That can't be healthy if your throat's all dry. Yuki then playfully hopped off my stomach like she had just rode on one of those animal spring rides at playgrounds and parks. She walked over to the end of the room and grabbed one of the many buckets on the floor. It's gonna be filled with blood and guts, right? She happily skipped back to the table with the bucket in one hand and sat on my stomach once again. Taking my glasses off my face, Yuki placed them onto her nose. My glasses rested crookedly on her nose, with the lenses tilted one way like a seesaw, giving the illusion that her eyes were at different levels of her face. It wasn't until after she came back that I could finally see what was in the bucket. It was filled to the brim with eyeballs, severed tongues, fingers, and other unidentifiable meaty chunks floating in a pool of crimson. They resembled peas and other vegetables floating in a warm bowl of soup. This should quench your dried throat right up. But first, I get the first gulp. Before I could even respond or have any reaction, she placed her lips on the rusted bucket's rim and carefully lifted it up, allowing gravity to slide the stew down into her mouth. Exaggerated and loud slurping sounds escaped her mouth as she messily gulped down the bucket's contents. Clearly, you inherited Sachiko's dietary inclinations. So messily that, from the corners of her mouth, trails of blood ran down to her chin and dropped onto my white shirt, like morning dew on a leaf. Finally, she retrieved the bucket from her face. Her lips were puckered in something short, and tainted red was sticking out between her lips. It was a human finger. Yuki then giggled once again and brought the finger inside her mouth, chomping on it loudly. Is it bad that I'm getting conditioned to this kind of horror? Like it's grossing me out less and less? Probably because I've been exposed to a good amount of it by now. Probably is. The crunches from her mouth sounded eerily similar to that of a child happily chewing on a carrot. She gulped loudly and smiled widely, opening her mouth and rolling out her tongue as if to prove that she ate it whole. I could see chunks of raw meat on her tongue, as well as shards of bone and marrow. I think I even saw a fingernail stuck between her bloody teeth. Okay, now I'm getting a little grossed out. I didn't even realize how hard I was breathing. My chest rose up and down rapidly. My body couldn't move. It was like I was paralyzed with fear. Okay, we got a grammar error right here. Is this what sleep paralysis felt like? Instead of just my hands and feet, it felt like millions of bugs were crawling in every fiber and corner of my body, and maybe even soul. Yuki then used one hand to pry my mouth open, and used the other to lift a bucket above my head, and tilted it downward. In a waterfall, meaty chunks, tongues, lopped fingers, and eyeballs all came pouring down onto my face, where my mouth and eyes were still open. Immediately, I felt some thick metallic blood splash into my eyes and down my throat. My eyes were stinging with all the meaty chunks in the blood. It felt like a very pulpy orange juice going down my throat. My body then instinctively rejected the bucket's contents, as all of it shot back up my throat in acid. But with me lying down and Yuki continuing to pour the bucket over my face, the stewy, sour bile stayed in my mouth. It was so horrible. There is no words to describe how awful it truly tasted. I'd rather die than go through this. I continued to puke as more and more gore was poured down. I think it even went up my nose as my nasal cavity felt sour. I truly wanted to die. And just like that, as if my prayers were answered, I felt something lodged in my throat. It was too big to swallow, and I felt it squish in between the walls of my trachea. I could no longer breathe. My body spasmed and twitched under Yuki's figure, and my vision was once dyed red, went dark instead. All I ever tasted in my mouth was sour vomit, blood, and I don't even know what else. But the taste never went away. It just stayed, even after death. In my final moments, I could hear Yuki giggling as all I saw was black. Our first wrong end. Lovely. Yeah, I really need to keep better track of everything that happened, everything that's happened ever since the OVA thing here, because I keep forgetting, and I have this problem too with the main games. I seem to keep forgetting tiny little details here, like I don't know, characters not being around anymore after certain points that would make their appearances in, well, this place kind of impossible, unless it's like within a unless like it's within a time pocket or something that where they still exist or something here, because even the main games have a bit of a timey-wimey out of order time chronological thing going on with them that you gotta keep track of if you don't want to get too confused on what events take place when. But yeah, if I have to, I will write myself a note. Not that I ever really needed to before. But anyway. Forget, is there a skip? Oh yeah, shift. Here, have some holy water. Just like a fairy tale, the violent spirit vanished into the air once it made contact with the light blue liquid, making a sizzling noise as if cooking bacon on a frying pan. I bet that felt good, didn't it, buddy? It's as if this entire scene never even happened. What just happened? You performed an exorcism, or at least a close approximation thereof. I'm assuming this is the front. Yep, this is the entranceway, and I see a corpse. Resting against the wall here, the body of a male senior high school student slumps its head. Upon closer inspection, the eyes have been gouged out and the tongue is missing. It must be Yuki's handiwork. On the corpse's hands, large holes can be found in the middle of the palm, suggesting that they've been pierced by something sharp and thick. A school ID name tag is still pinned onto his uniform. Central Saitama Trade School, Class 3E, Toma Aoki. Poor bastard. Can I examine any of these lockers? Not every one, obviously, but any of them. Something inside a shoe locker I can take with me, like a holy shoe, since I used holy water. And honestly, I think that'd be more cathartic to just throw shoes at malevolent spirits than holy water. Especially if you can get them right in the face. Come on, you guys probably would feel the same way I would in this situation, right? Well, this is a first. Me being able to just casually walk out. No, wait a minute, I actually was able to do that in Corpse Party 0. But, well, I didn't get quite this sight when I walked out the front door. Whoa, I'm actually outside. Wait, what the fuck? Sure enough, it was outside. It was outside the building. The rain was so heavy it felt as if you stayed out long enough, you would drown. It was unusually dark outside, even if it was nighttime. I would have been blind if it weren't for my flashlight. There seemed to be no sign of a road or even an exit. Just tall, heavy trees surrounding the school. Looking deeper into the forest was no use. It's as if the trees kept going and there's no end. Whatever. I found the exit. Time to leave. Well, entering the forest would also undoubtedly spell my demise. So let's do that. I'm feeling particularly suicidal this episode. Yep, I've done my time here. I never want to return to this hell. I'll let the police sort out this mess. Here's to hoping that you don't suffer too gruesome a death. I've been walking for quite a while now. I'm soaked to the bone and can barely move. I should head back for shelter and just wait until morning to leave. Huh? I've already made it back by now, and then some. Well, we've done it. We're stranded. You're gonna die slow and painfully on an empty stomach. All prinkled up like a raisin. I've only been walking in a straight line this whole time. Did I turn at any point? Am I seriously lost? Fuck! What do I even do? The rain, as if on cue, started to pour even more vigorously. I was lost in a forest with no shelter or supplies whatsoever. Okay, I read about situations like these. The best course of action is to stay where you are until help arrives. Or, you know, you could just try to climb a tree and get a good vantage point. Look around a bit up there, you know. That's what I would try to do. The uniform was drenched and stuck to my skin. My hair felt like a mop, and I gave up wiping my glasses a couple hours ago. The rain felt like it seeped into my every pore and drenched my bones, as if to freeze me from the inside out. My bones ached, and with it every slight movement. I felt my joints creak from within my body like that of a wooden door. I felt thoroughly tired, and fell onto my knees into the squishy mud. It reminded me of the splattered meat on the wall inside the building on the second floor. I didn't feel anything more. It's like when you accidentally make a faucet water too hot and it burns so much that it feels cold. I felt that way through every fiber of my body. It didn't even feel like my soul was in me anymore. Probably because it's not. I then saw a figure approaching me. It was freakishly tall, about 2 meters in height, and it walked as if one leg was shorter than the other. Freakishly tall, must be hammer time. My flashlight died hours ago as well, so the only characteristic I could determine from the silhouette were physical traits. The shadow-like figure's arms looked to be gnawed from the elbow down, with what looked to be long tentacles attached to his stubs. Never mind. Unless Hammer Time went through a very interesting makeover, then I don't know what the fuck you are. It continued to approach me until it stood over me. The scent it gave off was bloody, yet greasy. Wrong end number 2. North way we go. North, north, north. And I see 2 more corpses. How'd you 2 die? A corpse of a junior or senior high school student is laid out on the floor. Judging by the uniform and tattered hair, it's safe to assume this was once a female student. Her head is missing, leaving a gross amount of maggots crawling in the fleshy well that used to be her neck. Ugh. There is no student ID to be found. Really? That's a first. Unless you have both of them. The corpse of a female junior high school student is resting against the wall. Her face is fairly bruised and swollen, suggesting she was beaten before death. Or maybe even after. No, it wouldn't swell up after... Her face wouldn't swell up if she was beaten after she was dead. Because, I mean, blood flow would stop. Everything in your body would stop. You would stop. Upon closer inspection, there seems to be a student ID stuck to her pampered uniform. Kishimo Junior High, Class 2B, Nagisa Fuyu. Anyway, what's wrong with you, Takashi? Thinking that you can get bruised after death? You don't understand human biology. Somebody needs to bonk you on the head whenever you fall asleep in class so you can pay better attention. So, music stopped. It got very fucking dark. And I heard the giggle. Definitely not good signs. A padlock is keeping the door shut. You need a 5-digit code to open it. Wow, that's actually entirely original. Because usually with this sort of things, I usually only get like only 4 digits. But 5? It feels like a strange thing to praise the game for, but whatever. I'll praise it for whatever I damn well please. Hooray for originality in terms of digit number. There's a blockade placed here preventing you from exploring further down this way. Wait a minute. This leads to the underground bomb shelter, right? I don't remember there being a blockade here before. Just a set of red doors. We got a corpse. The skeleton's lower jaw is missing, and the teeth that are still attached to the upper jaw are all cracked or hanging loosely. It's very difficult to determine whether this was a male or female, but the size of the skeleton suggests this was once a junior or senior high school student. A student name ID tag can be found in the rubble near the body. Kishimo Junior High, Class 3B, Yukio Chiba. I'm assuming female. Hey, there's a desk here. Just a lone desk. Is this significant in any way, or is it just here just to spook me? Probably there just to spook me, because I can't interact with it in any way. Unless I need to push it somewhere so I can stay on top of something to get something off of a ledge or something. Then it'll be significant then. Otherwise, I guess it's just a desk. Classroom 5A. I wonder what I'm going to find in here. Well, clearly there's no door leading me past that hole. There seems to be lined paper that's been presumably ripped from a journal or diary, as the left side of the pages are torn and jagged. Why not? Let's read it. Oh wait, could this be a victim's memoir? I hope I'm not jinxing myself here. I cannot believe it! My 16th birthday is in 5 short days and I cannot keep still! I sent invitations to all my friends already, and now I'm just waiting for their answers. I hope they all come. But that's not the true reason I'm so excited. It's because I also invited my childhood friend, the person I have a huge crush on, Hisoka. Ah, childhood romance. How cute. Not being sarcastic, by the way. Not only that, I'm planning to confess my feelings towards him. I'm super nervous. Wish me luck. There's something scribbled on the back. From the first blockade south 5, west 6, north 1. From the first blockade, south 5, 6, 1. Okay, I'm just gonna write this down real fast. Found journal scrap number 1, so I gotta find more. Now, where is the other one? There's a crumpled piece of paper here. Die. Now, relax. It could just be a harmless piece of paper. It may not be it may not trigger a trapper or something, or it could very well do just that, and I probably fucked myself big time. Either way, we won't know for sure until we get out of the room. Maybe. The small skeleton sprawled out on the floor seems to have been a female junior or senior high school student. Even though the skeleton has no hair, a pink bunny hairpin can be found near the head. The feet of the skeleton seem to have been crushed with great force, as some shards of bone can be found across the room. She virtually has no feet left. Probably Hammer Time's work, probably crushed her feet. A student ID name tag can be found clutched in the skeleton's hand. Kishimoto Junior High, Class 3B. Kazumi Taniguchi, excuse me. Nothing in this desk. Or this one. There's a writing on the chalkboard here. Day duty. Blank. The name is too faded to be read. I'm not seeing anything else in here. Alright, let's leave. Okay, so all I've really found so far is just a piece of paper. Hey, there's a blood mark here. Where do I go from here? I haven't already been before. I can't go that way. That area's blocked off. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, maybe, because I think, if memory serves, there might be a place I haven't visited yet. I'm trying to think if it's either the 3rd floor of the bathrooms or somewhere else entirely that, well, another spot I probably could try to visit is... Wait, is this open now? No, it's not. Well, I'll try to explore both parts of the third floor and see if I can find some kind of clue. Okay, I think I already looked at that corpse. So I placed the board here already. So maybe never mind, I didn't go up here after all. Okay. What do we got here? The note on the ground seems to have been written hastily, as the words are hard... Oh, wait, I did read this. Yeah, never mind. I think I've already looked up here. Just had to be sure. Okay, let's backtrack even further. here we go. Now, what can we find up? Attempting to enter the reference room is useless. It feels like an unknown force is pushing you back. How the... Where did Kizumi go? You really don't want to find him again. Just saying. There's nothing on the shelf. Behind the glass, human fingernails that have bloodied outlines on the shelf, like bottles in line the shelf like bottles in a jar. Okay, nothing up here in the third floors. I think I've already explored the entirety of the second floor that I can currently. Guess I'm gonna have to comb the whole area again. There's writing on the chalkboard here. It's me, Kiyoshi. Can anyone else read this? I heard it was possible to communicate with other people like this. Please, Murasaki, be alright. It doesn't matter what you did. I still forgive you. Okay, so you can communicate with blackboards and chalkboards, huh? Interesting. Was that always up there? Oh wait, yeah it was. Oh, hello. You're a lot bloodier than I remember you. The messy and cartoony style this girl suggests was drawn by a child. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, how much later am I supposed to come back? You serious? I just decided, why not just follow those instructions in that one classroom with the 561 thing, like I did with one particular puzzle from Blood Cupboard. And there I am. Huh. Seems to be lined paper that's been presumably ripped from a journal or diary, as the left side of the pages are torn and jagged. Let's read it. Most of my friends can't come. They're all too busy with their own lives. And I haven't heard a word from Hisoka yet. But there's still time left. 4 days to be exact. I'm sure he'll come. And besides, my other best friend Chioko will be coming, so it won't be that bad. Someone scribbled on the back here along with a drawing. Out, 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 out. So, 4 o'clock? Okay, I'm assuming that the red line here in front of the clock hand is for, you know, the longer hand on a clock. So, if I'm reading this right, 4:20. Maybe I... Okay, so 4:20. So... let's try inputting the digits that I've been able to find up until now and see if I can figure this code out. So let's go with 5, 6, 1, 4, 2. Okay, that wasn't it. Unless I'm supposed to go look for a clock now. That's also a distinct possibility. I'm gonna see what happens when I try to leave but then turn back, because right now I seem to be a bit stuck. Let's return to the building. No, I have to find the others. Plus, I don't feel great out here. Continuing would have been real trouble. Okay, so now I'm just gonna wander... Wait a minute. Oh... I get it now. Unless those weren't there before. Well, let's look at that scrap paper. It's not a clock I'm supposed to be looking for. It's these marks. So... Here. Under the bloodied floorboard, a crumpled scrap of paper rested in the hole. Let's read it. Chico must have noticed how down I've been these past few days, because today during lunch, she wants me to do this friendship charm on my birthday. Oh boy. Worst 16th birthday ever. I already know it's... yeah. What a real shitty way to end your life on. I don't really believe in charms and stuff, but I really don't like her worrying about me, so I agreed to do it tomorrow. There's only one day left, and... oh my god! Guess who I just got off the phone with? Hint hint. It's Soka! And guess what? He's coming tomorrow. Ugh, I'm so happy. I guess imagining all those scenarios and how I should confess to him is really gonna pay off. There seems to be some writing on the back. Looks to be something from a different day. I just learned the weirdest thing I've heard of in my life. In biology today, the class was discussing something off topic when suddenly out of the blue, Miss Yonikura casually mentions that horses can't physically vomit. How gross. That is actually a true fact, by the way. Horses can't physically vomit. Hisoka knew this made me disgusted, so he teased me all day by randomly bringing up horse vomit. What an idiot. But still kind of cute. Dundrel Scrap 3. Okay, I found that this... okay. Horse vomit. Maybe it's supposed to be some kind of clue. Biology. So maybe I should try going to the science lab or the infirmary. Can't go to the infirmary. Can't go to the science lab either. Now, unless there's something different with any other place I've visited so far, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do now. No way, I still need someone to pry that door open, that's right. Hello? Seems like someone regurgitated their lunch here. Okay, this was a bit hard to find, but I mean, hey. At least I found it. Is there really something around here? This loose floorboard just where the vomit is. Wait a minute, I think I did find this thing here before. This vomit stain. Well, at least I didn't. At least I didn't search it up there. Ah, here we go. Underneath the mucky floorboard, there it was. Another scrap of paper. The vomit must have bled through the cracks of the wood and spilled into the paper, resembling dried tears with chunks on it. Disgusting. Let's read it. Today's the day. I am so excited. Even if it's just the three of us, I'm super glad. We're all gonna go out to eat, and then head back to my house for some more hanging out. Hard part is when I should tell Hisoka about my feelings. Wish me luck once again. As expected, something is scribbled on the back. Okay, I think I know for sure what this is. The thing on the left is a drawing of the child, and And the thing on the right is the little airway vent with all the blood around it. So let's go there next. Should be right down this way, I think. Actually, never mind. I mean, the next classroom. Sure enough, here it is. Seems to be a drawing stuck to a board here. Okay, what about this then? On closer inspection, the screws were dangling loosely from their place. It took no effort to remove the vent. The scrap, while stickied and bloodied, was there and fully legible. Number 5. Chioko and Hisoka are dead. I found Chioko out in the outside walkway with a nail puller lodged inside her head. Chioko in an outside walkway with a nail puller lodged inside her head. So I'll need to go find Chioko's corpse, take the nail puller, and then use that to open up the bathroom door on the 3rd floor, right? My first reaction was to cry and mourn. It was truly horrifying. But then I remembered. She apparently asked out Hisoka the day before my birthday. And he accepted. It was the entire reason why he even came to the party at all. Dumb bitch made me look stupid in front of him. How the hell could she do that to me? Out of the 7 years we've been friends together, she's never done anything so stupid. I was infuriated. So I lifted the nail puller from her stupid, ugly, smashed and beaten head, lifted the bar up above my head, and swung down with all my force and hatred, hitting her once more with a satisfying wet crunch. Now, unless Heavenly Host is influencing you with darkening, this is kind of an extreme reaction, don't you think? Her skull had huge craters in it. Her brain was beginning to show at the back of her head as I continued to whack away at her skull. Her once pretty, bright hazel hair was ruined and dyed in a deep crimson, with some whites from the fragmented skull pieces, and bits of pink from her soft brain tissue. Blood dribbled out of her ears, nose, and mouth until I reduced her head to what looked like a stepped-on grape. She had it coming. The stupid, backstabbing, retarded pig! I don't know about Hisoka, but I found his student ID near Chiyoko's body, so I assume he died with her. Serves him right as well. I was so stupid to fall for an idiot like him. Holy shit. My sentiments exactly. There's something written on the back. What have I done? I didn't mean to do that. It was someone else, not me. Definitely darkening. Not sorry. I'm sorry. Why? Forgive me. Journal scrap number 5. Okay, so I gotta go find I gotta go find her corpse next. But first, make sure that. Okay. So, time to go look for a corpse. The question is, where is the exact corpse I'm supposed to be looking for? If memory serves me right, I remember coming across a corpse with no head in the hall right by the front entranceway. Closer to the north. This way. This one, I think. Her head is missing. There's no student ID to be found. guess maybe that wasn't it. I have no idea where I'm supposed to find this nail puller. I think I've searched over the entire school that I can explore from top to bottom, thrice over. I can't find this girl's corpse or anything here that looks to be where this nail puller might be. I am well and truly stuck here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut the episode off here and then just come back to this game later and then just think over everything that I've learned so far and try again, and hopefully it won't take me too long to find what I'm looking for. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Corpse Party Returning Nightmare. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all next time. Take care.